everyone, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you my first thoughts and impressions of this set of 28 extra fine acrylic paint markers by the company Grabie. Now, they very kindly sent me these to share with you on the channel, so I just want to say a great big thank you to the team at Grabie for giving me the opportunity to work with them again and to share these pens with you all. Okay, so like I said, we have a set of 28 extra fine acrylic markers. This is the packaging that they come in, and on here you can see that it says they are suitable for multi-surfaces, and that includes glass, ceramic, porcelain, wood, rubber, metal, fabric, stone, paper and more. And the tips are a 0.7 millimeter. Here's what the packaging on the back looks like, and look at these gorgeous colours. They have some really lovely skin tones in here as well. We've got these beautiful sort of creamy peach colours. We've got this gorgeous brown down here, really lovely, and then it looks like we've got a little sort of pamphlet there in the packaging. So it is sealed with a popper, so if we just pop that open, and you can see all the gorgeous colours. Look at those, they look amazing. So let's just grab one of these out. Okay, so they feel really nice, very smooth. They're very light, which I like for, you know, especially with me, with my dexterity issues. Yeah, this feels really comfortable. I really like the rounded cap here on the lid. And then we've got the little clip there, which helps sort of secure it onto the packaging, or if you're using it on a page, you can sort of hook it onto the page so you don't misplace it. But also, it would sort of act as like a barrier to sort of, as you can see here, sort of stops it rolling on your surface, which is great. So this is the font that we have here on the marker. So it says acrylic paint marker, marks on anything, water-based, pigment ink, strong covering force, sunproof and waterproof. And then here we have instructions on the barrel of the pen on how to sort of prime the pen and get it working. So shake several times, press the tip down for a while, recap the pen tightly after use. So if we take the cap off, that feels really nice. So we've got a really sturdy tip on this marker, and as you can see, it's very fine, perfect for you know, getting into all those little fiddly bits. And I know many of you in the colouring community have been really enjoying your paint markers, especially for sort of outlining elements on your page. So I think these would be wonderful for that. But yeah, it feels very well made. I do really like it, and I like that we can see the colour of the pigment here through the barrel. I do really like that. So let's give this a bit of a shake and see what we have. So you can hear the ball in there in the paint, and it is just mixing that around. So I'm just going to grab a scrap piece of paper a second. So let's just hold that down. Okay, and you can see the paint has come down to the nib. That took no time at all. That's lovely. That is very smooth. That's gorgeous. That is really lovely. Now, first impressions, it looks really opaque. So I do really like that. Shall we try another colour? Let's try, let's see, we've got red. So as you can see, it's not primed. So let's try this one. So again, we'll give this one a really good shake and really get that paint mixed well. I'm going to zoom you in. Let me try and get you in a little bit more. I really want to show you sort of how quickly this paint started coming down. So I'm just going to press down and you can see it there. And there you go. Did you... I don't know if you even saw that. That might have been off camera. Oh my gosh. That is wonderful. So what I'm finding is if you sort of use it kind of more on the side, you can get a really, you know, nice thicker line there. Or if you use it as sort of a bit more with the tip and with a lighter pressure, you can get some really nice, fine, smooth lines. Can you see that? Okay, so the purple still feels a bit tacky, but this is just some scrapbook paper. So I think what I'm going to do is prime all of these pens and then we will swatch them out together in my Ruby Charms big book of colour charts. So let me just get all of these ready and we will swatch them out together and then we will try them in a colouring book. So give me a few minutes. It'll be, you know, maybe 10-15 minutes for me. It'll be a split second for you and I will be right back. Okay, so all of the markers are primed and ready to go, but before we swatch them, I just want to show you this little pamphlet that came in the packaging with the pens. So it's just this little leaflet here, and you open it up and it's just got a little bit of information there about the pens, and we have this in German. So this is French, German, and then we have English on the back. So yeah, just a little bit of information there as well to keep handy, which is always useful to have. So I have pulled out my Ruby Charm Colours Big Book of Colour Charts so we can swatch these together. So this was the set of the Grabie metallic watercolour set that I reviewed some time ago. So I stuck that swatch in there. That's Calera watercolours. Okay, so we will use this page here for our swatches. So let me just grab a pen so I can write down what it is we are swatching. It would help if I had a pen handy, wouldn't it? There we go. Okay, so it is the, let's see, Grabie '28 acrylic paint markers. And then I'll just write here, extra fine, 0.7 millimeters. Okay, so let me zoom you back in. Okay. Just move the packaging to the side. Now, these do not have any colour name or number on them, so I think what I will do off camera is I will use some little stickers that I normally use when I'm kitting up my diamond paintings. I will use some of those stickers and just number these markers and correlate them with our swatch chart, so I will do that. But yeah, I'm going to try and get them in some kind of colour order. So let's start with this lightest yellow. Absolutely beautiful. Now this is Amazon print paper, so please bear that in mind. So we're just going to start here and work our way across. So I'm just going to colour in these boxes as best I can, and then off camera I will use them on the back here on the black paper, and then we can really see how opaque they are. So we'll do that, I think. But they feel wonderful. They are very, very juicy. So I would say they're not leaking, not by any stretch of the imagination, but they are very juicy. So that is just something to be mindful of, you know, especially when using these on your colouring pages or, you know, or artwork or whatnot. It's just, you know, just to be mindful. Can you see there's, you know, quite a lot of, there you go, quite a lot of it there. So I'm going to just put these to the side of me in the order that I swatched them in. So I've got like a beautiful orangey colour here. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Hi, Betty. Oh, that's gorgeous. I must admit, when I was, you know, prepping all of these and getting them ready to use, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I was astonished at just how quick they were primed and ready to use. You know, you sort of give them a quick shake, you just hold the nib down, and where you've got, I don't know if you can really see on the camera, yeah, you can. They've got those little grooves on the nib, and because this section here is transparent, you can see that paint coming down, running through these little canals that we have there in our nib, and you can just, yeah, it was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I'm really pleased with them. I think they're great and would make a wonderful addition to your collection. I, for one, can't wait to get started using these for embellishments and things in my colouring books. I think they're going to really complement my other supplies beautifully. Excuse link. Just totting over the page. Okay, so we've got this. Whoops. Okay, apologies. I dropped the lid to the pen. So this is a red. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. That really does look like a true red as well, doesn't it? Sometimes you can find that, you know, red's sort of more on the kind of pinky side, but this is fantastic. And can you imagine how wonderful that will be on all of your Christmas pages or holiday pages at the moment? Yeah, it would work a dream, wouldn't it? Okay, so then we've got this beautiful, sort of like a pinky corally colour. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is, while I am swatching these, I'm going to speed the video up a little bit, play it to some music, and then we will resume after and try them on 2 different kinds of paper in our colouring books. So I will speed this up and I will see you at the other end. Okay, so here we have all of our 28 swatches. They look wonderful, and as you can see, it does look like we have a few metallic colours. So we've got a gold and silver here. Really, really lovely. I'm just wondering if this one, yeah, this colour here looks like maybe sort of a kind of like bronzy colour, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's as metallic as the gold and silver, so I'm not sure, but it's still absolutely gorgeous. And one thing that I noticed that I'm really, really happy with is these 2 purples here. We have a warmer purple here, which is more sort of like an eggplant sort of colour. It's got that warm red undertone, and then we have this sort of purple here, but that is the cooler one. You can see it's got sort of a cooler blue undertone, so I do really, really like that. I think as far as greens, these 2, there is a little bit of a difference, but I think just for me personally, I would have rather sort of swapped one of these out and had sort of more of like an apple green. So we've got a nice transition colour between this sort of like gorgeous minty aqua colour here and then our darker greens. This is more of a turquoise. I don't know if you, yeah, I've got the curtains pulled over a bit because the sun is just too much. So this is more of sort of a turquoise colour, but I would have rather have had sort of like an apple green. But I think apart from that, for 28 colours, I think Grabie have done really, really well. Now what I'm going to do is quickly swatch them out on the reverse on the black chart here, and then we can see how opaque they are, and then we'll test them out in a colouring book. So I will quickly do this off camera and I will be right back. Okay, so our swatches are done. So here we have the colours on the white paper, and here is what they look like on the black. Now, I've only given these one layer. So this is just one layer of the paint markers. And I think they've done pretty well. The darker colours do seem more opaque than some of the lighter colours. For example, you know, the yellow and oranges, the lighter sort of pink and purple there. The greens are pretty good down here. The greens are pretty good. But yeah, I'm also noticing that the metallics, the gold and silver, they don't seem overly shiny on the black. But I think, you know, for one layer, they're pretty good. I'm impressed. Yeah, I think they've turned out really, really well. So let me move this aside and we're going to try them out in a couple of our colouring books. Okay, so I have grabbed two different types of paper in colouring books. So the first one, this is printed on Amazon paper, which I know so many of us have books, you know, printed on this. So let's just turn to this next page and we'll see how we get on with them on this paper. Let's go for the orange. We'll use it here on our pumpkin. They are very, very smooth. They're not scratchy at all. They feel great. And I am so excited to let you know that Grabie have also provided me with a 15% discount code for you guys to use on their website. So if you go onto the Grabie website and you want to grab yourself some goodies, or maybe some, you know, some gifts for other people for Christmas or birthdays or whatnot, then when you come to check out, if you type in the code KATES15, so that's KATES 15, that will give you 15% off of your order. So, you know, especially this time of year, we're approaching Christmas, the festive season, you know, and with the cost of living, of course, you know, the situation with that, we're all looking to save a few pennies, aren't we? So if you can save yourself a few pennies on some supplies for a hobby that you enjoy as well, then, you know, why not? Okay, so I've grabbed 3 pens. We're now going to try and do a little bit of a blend. So that's just what the orange looks like flat on the paper. It has sort of warped the paper a little bit. If I move the book over, you might be able to see it's just sort of warped a little bit there, but there is no bleed through whatsoever. So let's see if we can get a bit of a blend going on here. Let's try it down here. So I'm going to use my darker colour. I'm not sure if it will work on the Amazon paper because of how absorbent it is. But let's give it a go. Give it a try. So I'm just doing a 3 colour blend. Back with the medium colour. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to be careful because it's gonna start pilling the paper. But I think if you're careful, it can definitely be done. Just, you know, don't keep going over the same area. Just try and be very careful, because I don't know if you can see, it is lifting the fibres of that paper, but that is to be expected, I think, anyway, especially with Amazon paper. And because the tips on these are very sturdy, you know, it is going to be more hard wearing on this paper. But I actually think that is a really lovely blend. I'm so excited. I think that looks great. That looks really, really good. I'm very, very pleased. Okay, so the next book I have is the Colour Year Mandalas book. Now, this is printed on a very thick, smooth cardstock. So completely different to the Amazon paper, because I really want to give these pens, you know, a good try. I want to see what we can do with them. So, shall we try a pinky purpley blend? Shall we try that? Let's see. I want to get some colours that are, you know, a bit different. So, let's see. We'll try it here. We'll just try it on this page here, because I'm not too worried about it. So, first of all, let's just try one of our colours and see how they work on this paper. Wow, okay. They are just gliding on this paper. That feels brilliant. That feels so good. Oh my goodness. Love it. Really love it. And because this is sturdy paper, there's no effect there on the back at the moment. So let's try and do a blend. Now, I'm not going to try and do it in the pattern or anything. It's just going to be a bit too fiddly, I think. So I just want to try sort of down here on this paper, and I'm going to zoom you in so you can see what I'm doing. So let's just try down here. So we'll start with our darkest colour. And then our medium colour here. And then our lightest colour, and just go back over. Okay, so they don't feel like they've really affected that. Yeah, they've done nothing to that paper, but it does feel like they are gonna sort of start lifting the fibres. So what I'm going to do is just give this a second to dry, and then we will have a look properly, because I don't really want to run my finger through it while it's still a little bit tacky. You can see there it's not quite dry. So let's give this a minute and then we will have a look. Okay, so this is now completely dry. Yeah, where I'm trying to layer them, it is starting to sort of not agree with the paper, you know, where I'm sort of trying to blend them. So yeah, I don't think it's something I will do too often in my books. And if it is, then it's just something that I think it's important to be mindful of. And, you know, I wanted to show you guys just how they work on different types of paper, so you get a good idea. So overall, I am really, really impressed with these pens. They feel really comfortable to hold. The lids post really, really beautifully. They're very secure. They're not going to come off, or, you know, they're not loose or anything. They post beautifully. When you're using the pens, you put your lid there on the end so you don't lose it. They take no time at all to prime. That was one of the things I was so impressed with, is that you just sort of give them a little shake and you hold the nib on a piece of paper, and literally the pigment starts coming down almost straight away, and you can see it running down, as I mentioned, where we've got these little grooves here in the nib. I don't know if I hold it up a little bit closer, I don't know if you can see. There you go, we've got these little grooves in the nib, so you can see that ink, that paint coming down through where this is clear. You can see it traveling down through those canals that we've got etched into our nib, and I just think they are brilliant. My only thing would be that I would like to exchange, you know, one of the greens for more of a sort of like a lime green. I think that would be, you know, it would be great. And also a light blue would be nice, because we've got a dark blue, a sort of darker medium blue, and then we've got this very, very light sort of like a seafoam aqua mint sort of colour. So maybe like a sky blue, a powder blue would be really nice. But yeah, apart from that, I think, you know, for 28 colours, I think Grabie have done amazingly, and the quality feels wonderful. I'm really, really impressed. So I will put the link to this product and Grabie's website down below in the details for you, along with that 15% off discount code, which again is Kate's15. If you enter that into your basket at checkout on the Grabie website, you will receive 15% off of your entire order. A great big thank you so much again to Grabie for reaching out to me and giving me the opportunity to share, you know, these wonderful pens with you all. I don't know about you, but I am really excited to start using these on some pages. So thank you so much everyone for taking time out of your day to join me. I really hope you have enjoyed this video. Take care, stay safe my loves, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.